you can, so hands up please. Thank you.
Novak, Mats Wilander described that performance as absolute perfection. Where does that rank in terms of your best Grand Slam final performances?
It ranks right at the top under the circumstances and playing against Nadal in such an important match. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, obviously back-to-back semifinals and finals to, I think, make 15 unforced errors in total in 2 matches is quite pleasantly surprising to myself as well, even though I always believe I can play this way and kind of visualize myself playing this way, but you know, at this at this level, as I said, and you know, under the circumstances, it was truly a perfect match.
Thank you.
Both yourself and Rafa made comment that this is the best tournament in the world. Can you expand on that for us, please?
Well, as Rafa said on the court, there's probably no other tournament in the world that strives to improve its facilities and service to the players and fans and media. I hope you guys would agree with that. But it's definitely a tournament that sets a bar quite high for the other slams and other tournaments as well. And I would have to agree with with Nadal on that. Without a doubt, this is the best slam, the most player-friendly slam that we have.
Novak, you not only passed Roy Emerson, you passed P for overall major titles. What does that mean to you to pass your childhood idol? And when you played doubles with him in 2013 in UCLA, could you have imagined that scenario?
Well, you know, I've said it before, but you know, he was someone that I look up to, and when I was starting to play tennis, actually, one of the first images of tennis in general was him playing in Wimbledon and winning his, I think, first title back in '92, I think. And you know, I was a small boy in Kopaonik, you know, this mountain resort in the south of Serbia where nobody has, you know, ever touched a tennis racket probably before me. And I did not have a tennis tradition in my family. I did have sport tradition, so it was definitely a form of sign of destiny, you know, to start playing tennis and to aspire to be as good as Pete, and to surpass him with Grand Slam title I'm speechless. So I mean, obviously, still haven't really had too much time to contemplate on everything that has happened, but I'm planning to do that.
Novak, you won the last 3 Grand Slam, and regarding your form, your shape right now, you are maybe on the best of your career, and many players are saying that it's possible for you to reach the record of Roger and even to beat that. How do you live with that?
How do I live with that? Just fine. I am aware that you know, making history, you know, of the sport that I truly love is something special, and of course it motivates me. Playing Grand Slams and the biggest ATP events is my utmost priority in this season and the seasons to come. How many seasons are to come, I don't know. And I'm not trying to think too much advance, but I do want to definitely focus myself on continuing to improve my game and maintaining the overall well-being that I have, mental, physical, emotional, so I would be able to compete at such a high level for the years to come and have a shot at eventually, you know, getting closer to Roger's record, but you know, it's still far.
Yeah. Novak, congratulations. Okay, 7 Australian Opens, 15 slams.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. You cannot complain. You cannot complain.
Sorry, but you always like, okay, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
Niente particolare.
But were you most surprised about the fact that on the first set, Nadal was unable to make more than 1 point on your 5 serves,
Yes.
5 serve games? Never happened before.
That was, yeah, I mean, that was definitely the key. I would say, when I say that, I mean starting off well in the match and coming off from the blocks with the right intensity and trying to be aggressive and protect the line and make him feel pressure from my side. Obviously that was the game plan, and I managed to get a crucial break already in the second game and get 3-love in under 10 minutes, and that was really important because Nadal always brings huge intensity to the court, 100% of his focus and determination. The energy and power he puts into his shots is really intimidating from the first point in the match. But that makes you, I guess, be more alert. And I was expecting that, so knowing that, coming into the match made me even more, I guess, ready to start off well. And it has proven to be, I guess, the crucial turning point of the match.
Novak, you touched on this on court, but if someone had told you last year that you would be sitting here with having won 3 slams in a row, what would you have thought?
Not impossible, but highly unlikely. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I always believe in myself, and I think that's probably the biggest secret of my success, if I can say, or probably any other athlete is self-belief, and always digging deep in the moments when you're facing adversity, digging those moments of complimenting yourself, visualizing yourself as a winner, and trying to be in a positive state of mind. It's much easier said than done, obviously, but I'm a true believer in visualization. I do that a lot, and I think that I had to do that more than ever in my life 12 months ago after the surgery, because I wasn't playing well, I wasn't feeling good on the court. I was questioning everything. I was doubting whether I will be able to play ever on this level, because I didn't know to what extent the operation of my elbow would affect my game. And it was a huge learning curve for me. Just the whole process was very special, and I embraced the journey, and I'm very grateful to go through it. I would never change anything if I could turn back the time, because things are just the way they should be. But yes, 12 months ago, it was highly unlikely that I would be holding 3 slams, and just have to be conscious of that and understand that I'm blessed.
Novak, I think we all remember that press conference at the French Open last year in that small room.
Yes.
You've come here, you seem very fired up for this particular match tonight. You come out with a performance like that. Do you think you're hungrier for success in the later years of your career?
Well, to be honest, I was always hungry for success, because if I'm not, then I would probably not need to be competing at this level and traveling, because then I wouldn't be true to myself, and then it would be probably a waste of time. It's not only about success. For me, this is a school of life, or a learning journey of life for me, and I've said it before, the tennis court is a place where I'm naked, where I'm where I'm exposed to my both extremes in terms of emotions and character, and that's where I probably learn the most about myself, or have the opportunity to learn about myself. And what was your question again?
Well, I just think,
yes,
you know, you don't know how many years you've got left. It looks like you've got quite a few years left at this rate. But
yeah. You said I fired up. Yes.
You're more hungry.
Sorry, I went astray. The hunger is always there, but I think nowadays it's just more relevant for me to organize myself in life better, and to manage to be very concise and concrete with what I do and what I plan to do, because I'm a father and a husband, and right now it's not only about tennis, and that's why I think professionalism is at its peak. At least that's what I feel, probably more than ever in my career.
Novak, you had a nice moment a little while ago with 4 Australian legends. Did you say something particular to the man whose record you broke, and how does it feel to be kind of woven into this country's tennis history?
Well, Mr. Emerson said that he's pissed with me because I broke his record, but it was the most beautiful and most expensive photo of the night, without a doubt. Standing with those 4 legends, and yeah, I mean, I'll definitely cherish that forever.
2 more questions. 1, 2.
Just throwing it forward, obviously, how incredible would it be if you could win the French Open and hold all 4 slams at one time? And do you think a calendar Grand Slam is out of the question? Because Rod Laver thinks you've got the game and the temperament to do that.
Well, I got to get Rod Laver in my team in order to achieve that. He's the only one that has managed to do the impossible challenge of probably the ultimate challenge of the tennis. We'll see. I mean, obviously it's just the beginning of the season. I know that there's a lot of tournaments to play before the Roland Garros, so I have plenty of time to build my form slowly, and obviously staying on the hard court first with big tournaments, Indian Wells and Miami, and then starting the clay. So I mean, I obviously have to work on my game, on my clay court game a bit more than I, more specifically than I have in last season. I need to play better than I have last season. I am already playing better, but I mean clay specifically, in order to have a chance at and shot at the title. I mean, the ultimate challenge there is to win against Nadal, but then you have Thiem and Zverev, and Roger is probably going to play, and you have a lot of great players that on clay can challenge me or anybody else. So yeah, there's still a lot of time. I'm obviously first going to enjoy this victory and share it with my family and friends, and then take it from there.
The other, after your last match, you described yourself as being in the zone and a certain sort of perfection, and again tonight. Can you tell us what that bit of perfection was like tonight, this particular night, the way you were anticipating the ball, the way you were moving?
Well, we were both playing really well prior to this match, and coming into the finals, we were both quite confident, and I think we both liked our chances. So, as I've said a few minutes ago, I think for me, one of the most important objectives for the match was to start off well, and to bring in the right mindset and intensity, and make sure that he also feels my presence as well, because he always makes sure that the other the opponent across the net and crowd and everyone feels his presence, because that's who he is, that's how he plays, that's how he behaves. He's so focused, and he brings in so much energy, and he's jumping around and sprinting, and you know that from the very first point he's going to make you work very hard. So and I've seen his matches. I've seen that he improved his serve, which was, of course, his new weapon or strength during these few weeks. Aside of course, everything else that he has in his arsenal. So yeah, it was really crucial to start off with the early break, which was the ideal scenario for me. You know, having a set under my belt just made me, you know, kind of relax a bit more and not really worry too much. And after that, it was really smooth.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
She wants to. Just a second. Yeah.
Thank you.
She deserves it.
You're probably the only player who has solved the Nadal issue like this. I mean, tactically. I'm just curious of, do you feel like you figured him out, and what kind of tactical discipline does it require?
Well, I don't want to say I figured him out, because I don't want that to bounce back at me, you know, in any way in the future, because I might have figured him out for the match, but not for life. I mean, I'm sure we're still going to have a lot of matches against each other on different surfaces. I look forward to it. I really hope we will, because this rivalry has been the most significant rivalry, the one that impacted me and on a personal and professional level the most in my life. So yeah, his serve is improved, but at the same time, I've also worked on my serve, and I think he has served me well, especially in the last couple of matches. And one thing is for sure, you know, we both are going to strive for improvement in the future, regardless of what's happening. Thank you.